Hi, I'm Crystal Baker, and I am going to be Elisa's teacher, and it's really nice to get to know you guys. I've been teaching for 6 years, and this is my first year at Epic, so I'm kind of excited about all of the new things that we get to do together this year. I was assigned to Elise, and I am so happy to get to help her this year. I was looking over some of her scores, and one of the things that I noticed is that she has done really well with vocabulary. Her comprehension is really good, and she's doing really good with reading foundations. So all of those things are great, and they are things that she can use to help her strengthen anything that she's doing in the future. Um, the one area that I saw that she was struggling a little bit in was in her writing and language section, and I think that there's a few things we can do to work on getting those scores up. Now, there's a lot of standards that go along with that. So to begin with, I would want to see where she's at with each of those, and then just kind of narrow it down to what she needs to focus on specifically. And I think that that will help her tremendously. The One of the ones that I would like to work on her one-on-one is standard 35R4, which addresses prepositions and conjunctions, and that will help her to build a better mastery of those so that as she's working later on in grammar, she will do much better. So I think that that's what I would like to focus on with her for her first lesson. And the way that would go, I would start off with a Schoolhouse Rock video, and we would watch that together and probably sing some of that together, and then talk about, what do conjunctions do? What's happening here? What's joining together? And just have that discussion about why those conjunctions are important. And then I would bring some little train cutouts so that she can use those to put together the train, so we can see that conjunction putting those words together, and then use that same thing to use conjunctions to join several train cars together to put together a complete thought, a complete sentence that is joined, that independent clause and the dependent clause. So afterwards, using those train cars, I would just kind of watch her, see where she's at, what she's putting together, because I know her comprehension skills are great, and I think that she'll do that really well. But I'll be there to help her if she does have any questions or problems with that. Next, we would have a discussion. We would talk about, why do we need to join sentences together? Why do we need to use and, but, or? What would our language be like if we couldn't put words together like we need to? And then we would probably have a silly discussion about how things would be if we weren't using those words. And next, again, I would use those train cutouts. This time she would be writing words on them, and we would be joining those together to put together those sentences. She would have a few writing prompts, so maybe I would ask her, what are your 2 favorite things to do after school? Or what's something your mom tells you to do but you would rather do this? Or if you had 2 choices for a trip anywhere, where would you go? And then I would let her also come up with some of her own ideas. This gives me a way to get to know her so that I can focus my lessons a little bit more on what she's interested in, which sometimes can help if she starts struggling in any area. Next, or last, there would be an evaluation, which would just be one worksheet. We would be taking what we have learned in the lesson and applying it to this new situation. She would use the worksheet to cut out words and use that to fill in the blank for those, and then completing the sentences while the other has a matching activity that she would use to do that, and that would be what would be used for her evaluation to see if she had retained that information. So again, I am looking forward to working with you guys, and I hope that you have such a wonderful year, because I think this is going to be great. Thanks, and I will talk to you soon.